Hey guys, this is a 2011 Nissan Xterra Pro4x, about 200,000 miles on it, and I'm gonna go over what I did for the body mount replacements. Part numbers, I got this on, I believe, Z1 Off-Road. Part numbers for your first front mount, your second, your third, fourth, and finally your fifth. So your first mount will be underneath here. Second, just right below the mirror. And you can see where I already took out the hardware. And then approximately that's where your third, and then your fourth one, you're gonna have to remove that little mud guard there. And then your fifth one will be behind this. I started removing the hardware on this back trim here, but I think you can just get away if you just use two 10mm bolts and move this out of the way, and you'll see, give you plenty of room to work with here. What I use, just a little impact, 17 and a 14, and I'll go underneath every bushing when I jack this up. The best part, what I would do is, obviously you can use your jack, and your little jack point right there for the body. So that's where I'll put my jack and lift up the body, and we'll replace each bushing. All right, now looking at the front of the truck, with the light, because it's kind of dark here, this is where your mount would go into. So you just take your brand new mount, kind of snake it in there. Sorry for the weird camera angle. I'm trying to do this one-handed here, and just sits just like that. So your third bushing is just right here along the line of the front door and rear passenger door, and then the fourth one is right here, just right in front of the rear wheel. So pretty simple. You just take that one out, and you put the new one in, and then it just pops right out and you have enough clearance, and then you put your new bushing in right there. Okay, and our fifth bushing underneath the rear body guard, or the rear trim. Gotta try and do this one-handed here. Push this up out of the way, and I'm pretty sure there's some washers here as well. So just like this with the second body mount, you gotta get the washers out. And I might have to jack this thing up a little bit more. Not enough space. Oh, okay, there you go. All right, so I got the fifth bushing in. Just keep in mind that some of these bushings might be a little bit higher than the old ones because of wear. So you may have to go back and raise your vehicle up just a little bit. And I also confirmed that there's a washer for both of these smaller bolts here. So let's, got all our bushings in place. So let's lower it and then put the bolts in. Okay, so I replaced the body mounts. The side I just showed you is repeated on the driver's side. All 10 together, so it rides a lot better now. No more cracking and popping like it did. So remember, I used a jack with a block of wood to get the frame up. And then tools wise, you can do hand tools, but I use the impact 10mm for the rear frame or rear trim. And then I use a 17 and a 14. And I believe the torque spec for the 17 is 65 foot-pounds and 36 for the 14mm. So, but we want to double check the specs on the manual. And the body mounts and all the junkins I got from a Z1 Off-Road. They're the only ones that are cheap. I believe the whole set's like $300. I called the dealership local, and they said that they were going to charge like $100 per piece, so it's going to almost be $1,000. Obviously, they're not sponsoring me, but Z1 Auto, they hooked it up. So All right, yeah, well, if you guys follow along and find something different, how you can do this better, different, I'm all ears. Thanks for watching.